I can understand English, but I can't speak it. Does that sound like you? If yes, then don't worry, because this is one of the most common problems faced by English learners. And in today's video, you will get to know why this happens and how you can fix it. So let's get started. First, we will focus on why does this happen. To understand this, let's go back in the time. During our school days, how did we learn English? In our schools, we were asked to read textbook, we were taught grammar rules, and we memorized a lot of words and vocabulary. Right? And we also do little bit writing just to write our exams to get good marks. And do you remember how much did we speak in our school? Bare minimum, right? So in our school, all we did was passive learning. Passive learning means we received a lot of information without actually using it. We didn't use our mind to produce any information. We received a lot of information like reading, watching, listening. We didn't do much speaking and writing. Speaking and writing, they are active learnings. Active learning as in we use that information to produce. We use this information to communicate. So what was happening in our school? We were focusing more on passive learning. And in our schools, we didn't have a mandatory requirement to speak in English. So we could easily get away with it. And now as you grew up, you are having this requirement to speak in English at your workplace or in your college or with your friends or colleagues. Now as an adult, you are trying to learn spoken English. And what you are doing for this? You are watching a lot of videos and conversations. You are listening a lot. You are reading a lot. And how much you are speaking? Again, not enough. You are speaking relatively less than you are consuming. So again you are falling, and again you are falling back in the same trap of passive learning. Because what's happening now, when you watch someone, when you listen to someone who is speaking in English, you get this false sense like if they are able to speak, we can also speak, because we are able to understand now. Whatever they are saying, we are able to understand. If we are understanding it, we can also speak. But when you actually try to speak, your mind goes blank, you fumble a lot, you struggle to speak. And it is happening because of lack of practice. Because throughout your life, you received a lot of information directly or indirectly, and because of that, till now what happened? You did passive learning more than active learning. And ideally, to speak in English fluently, you have to focus on active learning more than passive learning. It should be, active learning should be 70%, and passive learning should be 30%. Active learning as in speaking and writing. In this video, we want to focus on speaking only, so we will go ahead with that. So 70% speaking, 30% passive learning as in watching, listening, reading. Basically consuming information in English. And because of all these reasons, you were able to understand English and not able to speak, because you didn't have enough practice to speak. And now in next part, we will focus on speaking. How you can fix this problem. And in this video, I will tell you few tips that I used for myself. They worked really well, and they will work for you as well, I'm sure. And I'm sure they will work for you as well. It is not some generic advice or suggestion. They are practically used tips used by me and many people. You can use them right away while watching this video. So let's get started with those tips. First one is my favorite: start small and build up. Basically, start with something that you can use in your day-to-day life. For example, in our day-to-day life, we kind of have conversations around some basic topics like food, family, weather, work, hobbies, interest, and all. So first, we should be comfortable with these kind of conversations. So you can start with that. I will give you one example for the better understanding. For example, today I am picking one topic. I will talk about this topic for few seconds and likewise you can do the same. So I picked this topic, weather. About this I can say the weather in my city is quite pleasant. It is November, so mornings are relatively cold. We experience cold breeze and fresh air, and I see some people go out for walking and jogging to experience this. And afternoons are sunny, sun comes out and it is not very strong. We can easily leave our house comfortably, and evenings and nights are quite cold. It is difficult to leave the house without sweater and jacket. And these days rain is also surprising us. It is kind of raining 2-3 times a week. So this kind of interesting change is making the weather interesting in my city. So this was my opinion and my point of view about the weather in my city. Likewise, you can pick any of the given topics and you can talk about for few seconds or few minutes according to you. And second, I would say ask questions and answer them. For example, make some simple questions and then answer them and add your creativity into this. For this I am picking up this topic, food. I will give you again some examples for the understanding purpose. So about food, I can have one basic question. What's your favorite food? For that my answer would be, my favorite food is dosa, and I had dosa for the first time when I was in college. And these days wherever I go, I keep asking for suggestions to my friends or anyone who knows better dosa places. Likewise, you can also create something. Likewise, you can also add your personal experiences, that you had best or worst experiences about something. That was one question. Second question can be, do you like spicy food? For that my answer would be, no, I don't like spicy food. It creates inflammation in my stomach. I prefer mild food. And you can create more and more questions like what do you like to have in breakfast or lunch or dinner, or any of your best or worst experience. Likewise, you can create more such questions and answers, and you can add more and more to your answers to make it more interesting. So that was the second tip, ask questions and answers. Third, I would say very much interesting, talk about 5 things that you like, 5 things you don't like, and why. You can pick any number. I picked 5. You can pick 2, 5, 8 or anything. I will give you one example for both the situations so that you can understand. I like sports because it makes me fit and healthy. And I don't like crowded places because I find it very hard to move. I get tired and exhausted easily in the crowded places. So these were 2 examples from my side. You can write few things that you like, you don't like. For example, traveling, cleaning the house, any particular food, movie or music. So you can write and talk about that. It is quite interesting to do. And now fourth one would be shadowing. For that, what you can do, you can watch something from native speakers and you can mimic the same. How it will help you? It will help you to become comfortable with your own voice, and you can learn some good sentences, good vocabulary and pronunciation with the help of native speakers. Basically, you will get the sense of good English. So you can practice this regularly, few minutes a day, 5 to 10 minutes a day. And it will enhance your speech a lot. You will learn correct English with the help of native speakers. So that was the 4th tip. 5th, I would say, if you have done enough talking by yourself, then try to speak with others. And if you are not comfortable to talk to your friends or family members, just have the conversations with the people who you don't know much, or you might not meet them multiple times. For example, with shopkeepers or with someone in the market or outside your home. Just ask them some basic questions. Just hit the conversation for 1 or 2 minutes. Then gradually you can increase the timings. For example, you can ask about the nearby market. Where is the nearby? For example, you can say, where is nearby market? or you can ask somebody's experience in the city, or you can ask for some good restaurant or place to visit in the city you are living in. And also, if you go to market or any shop, you can ask about the products or their price or different type of products, their size and colors. So it will help you to build the conversation with others. So these were 5 tips, and last one would be think in English. It is crucial for you to speak in English. The reason I am saying, many a times what happens when you try to speak, you tend to translate from your native language to English. It becomes a hurdle to speak in English. It is one of the major challenges again. So to speak comfortably, you will have to train yourself to think in English. And I won't tell you much about that because I have created a separate video for that. You can watch it. I will add that link in the description and you can watch that video. It has some great tips. Again, you can implement all those tips. So these were few suggestions from my side. I hope these suggestions will help you to overcome this problem, and do try and let me know in the comment section which one is the best for you. And thank you so much, for watching this video till end.